Question number 4, Jonathan Young.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment and asks, what reports has he received on growth in international student enrolments in New Zealand?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday I released the International Education Snapshot 2014, which shows the number of international students enrolled to study in New Zealand grew 13% last year to 110,198, or 13,091 more than in 2013. This is a tremendous result for New Zealand. More students leads to a greater economic contribution for education providers and their communities across the country. It also means there are now more international students developing a deeper understanding of this country and making connections with Kiwis. Not only that, studying alongside students from places as diverse as Shanghai and Sao Paulo helps prepare Kiwi students for work in an increasingly globalised world.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jonathan Young.
So how are the regions benefiting from the growth in international student enrolments?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, the regions are benefiting well. International education is New Zealand's 5th largest export industry, contributing around $2.85 billion to the economy annually and supporting more than 30,000 jobs across the country. A number of regions, including the Bay of Plenty, Waikato, Nelson, Taranaki, Tasman and Southland, all have experienced double-digit growth in enrolments. Canterbury has also had growth. 2014 saw enrolments in that region return close to 2011 levels, up 18% in 1 year. While they are good results, we're continuing to work with regions to ensure they can continue to benefit from international education now and in the future.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
Has the Minister seen any evidence of international students going to the regions being discouraged by backward attitudes emanating from this House?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr. Speaker, fortunately not many international students are aware of New Zealand First.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jonathan Young.
What is the government doing to sustainably grow international student numbers?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we need to make sure the growth is sustainable. I'm glad the member raised that question. It's particularly positive to see a record high level of growth in postgraduate enrolments, up 18% at the publicly funded tertiary providers, and master's level enrolments have increased by 23%. Doctoral level enrolments are up around 7%. In addition, we're also working to ensure provider standards remain at appropriately high levels and have recently introduced changes to enhance English language requirements for international students as well.
Question number 5, Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr.